First thing I want to share is that winter is here. Now, this is not a scare tactic. I know that this looks gloomy. Have you guys ever seen this movie, The Revenant? Yeah. Phenomenal movie. Scary picture. Winter is here. From a talent, from a recruiting and retention perspective, winter is actually here right now. But here's the reality. I don't want this to discourage you. I don't want this to actually scare you. I just simply want to paint a picture of our You Are Here dot. You know, when you go to the mall, you know there's a specific place, a store you want to go to, and you find where that store is, but before you can get there, you have to find the You Are Here dot. What we're painting is a You Are Here dot. There is a talent war that's going on right now, and if we're not aware of it, it's going to cause us challenges. Now, there are two different, vastly different outcomes that a winter season can produce for us. The first is you're ill-prepared, you're underdressed, you go outside, you freeze to death, right? It's one thing that can happen. Or you understand the environment, you don't lament that it's here, you dress appropriately, and not only do you go outside, but you make some snowballs and have a snowball fight and perhaps learn to ski. It's all about perspective. So again, the goal is not to scare you. This is just to share with you exactly where we are so that we understand the environment, how we should respond appropriately, right? So here's a war for talent. Again, I'm giving you these slides. These are way too many bullets. I'm not going to cover all of them, but I am going to touch on the first few. We understand that supply and demand is very real. Economics 101. We have historically low unemployment. What does that mean? Well, before I get there, let's talk about this. When you launch a business, it is a horrible and absolutely horrible business model for almost everyone to be the low-cost provider, right? You're in a race to the pricing bottom with yourself if that's your unique selling proposition. We have the cheapest cost. So it is from a recruiting perspective, apples to oranges on the opposite end of that, just because the landscape is more competitive, right? For talent, that does not mean that we should compete by trying to throw the most amount of money at it, especially as small business owners. One, because people are always going to have deeper pockets, and that's not the thing that's going to cause people to be faithful to maintain a sense of fidelity to you and your company anyway. But it's something to be mindful of. We have record low unemployment. Secondarily, 3 out of 4 workers are saying, and it's the highest that it's been in 16 years, that they're having challenges with recruiting, right? Now, I know what some of you potentially may be thinking as we consider the environment that we're in. Tell them, come on out, we're here. Tell them, come on. Some of you may be thinking, okay, markets ebb and they flow. I get it, I'm with you. But what we're finding now is that many people, even though we have entire departments that are being laid off right now, and there's this idea or this hopefulness that we're going to get back to a more normal market. There's going to be a sense of normalcy as it pertains to recruiting, right? What we're finding is that many people, after they've been laid off, they're not necessarily going back into the workplace for anyone else. They are going to sites like Upwork that I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on. So if we're waiting in some expectation that perhaps this thing is going to self-correct and we don't have to be as aware as I think we should be, I think that's a mistake. We do so at our own peril. Now, here's what may make you sleep really good at night. Half of the people that you love, the people who have been with you, they're actively looking for another job right now. They don't just have some alerts. They don't just have people reaching out on LinkedIn. 48%, if you look at the stats, of employees are actively looking for new opportunities. So there is, in fact, a war for talent, and we need to be aware of the environment that we're in. All right, let's talk just a little bit on the cost of turnover. Let me jump straight down here looking at SHRM's numbers. The cost of turnover is between 100% and 400% of the employee's salary for technical and professional positions. This is how important retention is. These numbers are startling. So this is a very real challenge. And the question becomes, all right, here's where we are. Let's begin to shift our thinking of how do we get beyond these challenges here?